Over the past couple Halloweens, I've liked to set up a few practical jokes to play on trick-or-treaters coming to my door. This year, I'd like to try an illusion that makes it look like my head is falling off my body. The illusion involves a trench coat and an underwiring support system that holds the jacket up as you move your head down. Now at this point the illusion doesn't look totally convincing. There's a few more modifications that need to happen before this starts to look real. And I'm going to walk you through all the steps that I took to make this look a little bit better and passable for Halloween. Now the underwiring support system that I use to make this illusion is actually just a few pieces of metal strips bolted together. One curved piece of metal to hold the neck of the jacket up, and then two straight pieces to hold that section up. And to better hold the jacket up with these pieces of metal, what we're going to need to do is drill a hole at the top of this metal scaffolding and then add a bolt or a hook at the top so it will hold the jacket up. The next thing that I want to do is to cut out the armpits and then re-sew them lower down on the jacket. This is going to allow me to lift the jacket up higher than I currently can. Right now, the armpits limit how high I can lift the jacket up on the scaffolding. But if I open up and lower the armpits, I should be able to lift the jacket up even higher. This means I want to rip the seams out of the armpits where there are seams. And then once I get to the end of the seam, I'm going to have to take a pair of scissors and cut out the rest of the armpit to lower it down on the coat. Once I got the armpits cut out, I then used a safety pin just to pin down the bottom of the new armpit. And then I did go back with needle and thread and sew up some of the armpit so that it would be a little bit secure. After making these couple of adjustments, the illusion dramatically improved on how realistic it looked. But I'm not done. There's a few more things that I want to do to really make it an over-the-top looking illusion. When my head drops, you can see my shirt also dropping as well. The fact that it's a dark shirt really helps with the illusion, and if I had a black shirt, it would really help. But ideally, if I could get a way to make it look like my shirt stays up while my head drops, it would really drive in the point. And the best way to do this is if I were to add a button-up shirt with the buttons open, that would look like that I was wearing the shirt and I could slide my head down the open buttons. To build this part of the illusion, we're going to need to sacrifice an old button-up shirt that we're willing to cut up. And the pattern that we're going to cut it up in is almost like a bib. Now it's not actually going to be like a bib when we use it because we're going to keep the buttons open up while we use it, but the back is going to have no back and we're going to have no sleeves on it. Once the shirt's been cut up, I want to attach it to the jacket so it's going to stay hanging out of the jacket a little bit, and so it's going to stay put and not get moved out of the way. So I did a few stitches on it to stitch it into place, but then I also came back with some black duct tape and duct taped it into place. So now with the shirt permanently attached to the jacket, our illusion is looking better than it has ever before. But there's one more thing that I think I can do to improve this. When I drop my head down for the illusion, the shoulders sort of drop in too. So I need to come up with a way to keep the shoulders up, and I think I have a good idea on how to do that. Now that we have a bolt drilled into the top of our scaffolding, all we need is some supports going across the shoulders to keep those up when I move my head down. And I think I have a way to do this. These metal rulers only cost me $2.50 each, and they already have a hole on one side. This should mean that it would be no problem to attach this to the top of the scaffolding. But in addition to the flat metal rulers to hold the shoulders up flat across the top of the jacket, I'm also going to want to have something contoured and rounded at the ends so it looks a little bit more natural. And the way I'm going to do this is just by taking a cheap plastic bottle and cutting it in half. Drilling holes in it and then bolting it to the end of the rulers. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is to find a plastic bottle and cut the top and bottom off. And then I can slice the bottle cylinder in half to have two half cylinders. Once I have those half cylinders, I can drill holes in the half cylinders. Then what I'm going to need to do is to drill holes into the rulers on the other end so I can attach one half to the scaffolding and attach the half cylinders to the other. And here we can see it on top of the scaffolding. To attach the bottle halves to the rulers, I just use simple nuts and bolts. And here we can see the scaffolding set up without the jacket. And here we can see the illusion all together. The only thing I need is a black t-shirt. Thanks for following along on the build process for this. If you want to see me use this in action, check my other channel a day or so after Halloween and I'll put together a video on me using this. Or, in the meantime, take a look at some of these other videos where I've done some pranks in the past.